What's up, everybody? We're here at the LI TCG Show monthly marketplace meetup. We got $100 that we're looking to spend here today and a couple cards that we're looking to trade. We're going to see what we can come up with to open up on the channel, add to our collection, but overall looking for some good deals and looking to have some fun. Let's get after it. Here's some of the cards that we brought for trade. Two of the Rayquaza Vs that we had pulled on stream, and an Alolan Executor EX from Surging Sparks. The Pikachu, though, is going to be kept. That's for our 500 subscribers. But some cool cards here in the front. Obviously, the biggest trade bait here are going to be these three, but let's see what deals we can get going on. All right, we're back in the car, and wow, what an experience. I mean, there were vendors everywhere. The place was packed, but it was just really cool just to see people trading cards, selling cards, buying cards, seeing everyone's collection, seeing cards that you've never seen before. I think we picked up a lot of really good cards for our collection and things that we're after. Didn't buy any loose packs, which I kind of wanted to go after, but you know what? I like singles, and I feel like these events are great for finding those cards that you really want. But let's go home and take a look and see what we picked up. All right, so we're back home, and I think we made some really good deals today. We had $100 to spend and a couple cards to trade, and I think with what we were working with, we made some really good deals, and we're adding some really saucy cards to our collection. So let's take a look. But let me know in the comments, do you think that we did a good job today, or do you think that we maybe messed up on a couple of deals? But let's take a look and see what we did. All right, so the first lot of cards that we picked up actually came from a YouTuber that I'm subscribed to. Shout out to Starman DX. We'll link his channel in the description as well. But looking through some of his stuff that he had, I stumbled across this beautiful Latios from Holland Phantom's Delta Species card. This is a reverse holo from the set, but just really enjoyed the coloring, the artwork of this one, and just an overall clean card. Little nick on the top right there, but really good condition. And I've always liked the Holland Phantoms logo. Kind of gave that haunted, saucy type vibes, and just really enjoyed the card. So I thought it'd be a good pickup to add to the collection. But let me know in the comments. Do you like this card? I certainly do, and it may spark an interest in collecting future Delta species. But I know that would be a whole different sort of challenge to get after that. But really excited about this card. And when we got to talking with Starman and myself, I had mentioned, I have two daughters. I'm wearing, my girl dad sweatshirt. He had mentioned, he recently had a son, so congratulations to him and his family. But he gave us two Galarian Zapdos cards from a Japanese set. I'm not sure exactly what one, to give to my two daughters. Obviously, they're extremely young right now, but something I can, tuck away for the side for the future. But really cool, lot of cards to start. I'm really excited to get a deal done with Starman DX. Looking forward to future deals with him as well. But really excited to add this Latios Delta Species from Holland Phantoms to the collection. But let me know in the comments if you think this is a pretty saucy card. One set that I'm actually in the middle of trying to complete right now is the Neo Revelation set. I've have every set up until that point completed. So looking to kind of continue that trend and fill out that binder, and I thought this show would be a great way to kind of re-kickstart that fire. I kind of took a break from doing that, but thought this was a cool chance to maybe hunt for some singles. So a lot of cards here from multiple different sellers. I didn't get everybody's socials, so I apologize, but we did pick up this pretty cool unknown first edition card. That's the letter B from Neo Revelation, a Flaffy from Neo Revelation that's unlimited. This Ho-Oh we actually got for $10, so a nice little dollar off. This actually is a non-holo rare card, and you'll kind of see what we also got after this lot. But we also got this really cool Lugia card. This one I thought was priced interesting. We bought it for 5, and they labeled it as damaged, but really though there was just a slight little crease right there. But let me know, do you think this is considered damage? I mean, I guess it's borderline, HP damage, but for $5 going into the binder, with a lot of the other copies going for 15 to 20, I thought this was a really good pickup. But really excited. It's hard finding the non-holos of certain sets, especially in the Neo series. I feel like a lot of people who started collecting early maybe stopped collecting in this era. But some really cool artworks, and it's always cool to add a first edition to this. But really excited to get these into the binder, and in a future video we'll kind of showcase where we are with completing that set. But let's take a look at some of the other cards that we got as well. I was really excited about this lot here. As I mentioned earlier in this video, I had a couple cards to trade. A lot of them we actually pulled on our stream. Rayquaza V being probably the most expensive out of the options, and having 2 of them, I figured I had some wiggle room to trade. I know a lot of vendors are, trading in at 80%, buying at 70. So I knew based off of the price points for a lot of the cards I was needing for that Neo Revelation hunt, that I'd be able to pick up at least a few copies. But when I stumbled across this vendor, I noticed that they had the Suicune at an MP at 60, and also this beautiful Ho-Oh holo card at 80 as well. Now, both of them are unlimited, not first editions, but given their MP, LP sort of condition, I figured these were really good price points, being below $100. So for this deal, we actually traded away one of our Rayquaza V's alt arts, and we also added $40 on top. Let me know in the comments if you think that was a good deal. Obviously, with the Rayquaza being anywhere from 135, 155 at 80%, you're probably about, 120, probably on the low end of that. So about 140 right there, adding a couple bucks on top. But I was pretty happy with it. Spending $40 for these cards right here. Pretty much some of the bigger hits out of this set. So really excited to add these to the binder. But let me know in the comments if you thought that was a good trade. Outside of completing vintage master sets, I also really enjoy collecting Charizard cards. I'm very lucky to have a lot of copies, and I'll show you what that collection looks like in a future video, although you may have seen a hint of what that looks like in some of our Fire Fridays or some of our other YouTube shorts. But one of the cards that I've struggled to find as of late is the Charizard SIR from Paldean Fates. Now, I'm already down a Rayquaza V alt art from trading it in for some of the holos from Neo Rev right here, the Ho-Oh and the Suicune. But I had one more, and I actually stumbled across a vendor who did have a copy of the Charizard SIR in his case. And surprisingly enough, I didn't really see a lot of vendors who actually had a lot of these loose. And let me get it out of the sleeve, because truly it's a beautiful card. And hopefully this focuses. There we go. Yeah, just an amazing card. And it's one of those things where it's better to buy the single, and I had the trade bait to kind of add to it. So I believe it was the Rayquaza V alt art, and I added 40 cash on top for the Charizard EX. Let me know once again in the comments if you thought that was a good deal. I believe he valued it about, the Rayquaza around 145, 150. TCG's about 135. So adding 40 on top for this chase card. Honestly, the first thing he said to me is that this is a very gradable card. And let me know in the comments too if you think this is got the great centering. And honestly, I feel like it is gradable. But I don't do a lot of graded cards. They usually just go right into my binder, which we'll show off in another video. But at 160, with a hot set like Paldean Fates, really excited to get this in my collection. But let me know in the comments if you thought that was a really good deal. So the last card that we picked up, I'm actually really proud of, I guess, the patience that I showed throughout this show. I definitely walked around a ton, probably visited the same vendors a few times just to really look for those Neo Revelation cards, or just Charizard cards that, I didn't have for my collection. And I kept finding vendors with, maybe the cards just a little bit out of my price range. And it's tough. It's sometimes like a needle in a haystack based off what you're looking for. And, I was down both of my Rayquaza V alt art, so I didn't really have my big trade baits anymore. But I did have a couple things left, and I stumbled across a vendor probably towards the end of the day who had this Raikou from Neo Revelation priced at 80. And like I said, a lot of other vendors had one. There's a nice swirl above his head. priced around 120, 140. And I had the Alolan Executor SIR from Surging Sparks, which is priced around 75. And then I also had a baby shiny Ditto from Paldean Fates, priced at 10. So at 80%, I think I owed about $17 on top. But let me know in the comments if you think that was a pretty good trade. Alolan Executor EX SIR, a shiny Ditto from Paldean Fates for this Raikou from Neo Rev. And honestly, once again, really good condition. No bends or creases or anything like that, and a swirl above his head. So 80 bucks, anything below $100 for this set, I was super excited about. But let me know in the comments if you think that was a good trade. So while the Raikou card was the last card that we picked up, I did have $7 left, and I stumbled across one vendor who actually had these really cool Pokemon stones. And I've always been a Snorlax fan. Really cool. I like the color green. And $7, thought it'd be a nice little maybe lucky charm for future streams. Maybe we can get some saucy vibes for Snorlax and add it to our little trinket collection. But shout out to the vendor, Stoned and Crystallized. We'll link their Instagram on the description. But go check out their shop. Really cool stuff. They had a lot of cool, stone Pokemon, Gengars, Pikachus, you name it. But really cool vendor. And once again, $7. Thought it'd maybe bring some saucy vibes for the future streams, and just some good saucy vibes overall. But what do you think? Was this a good pickup? All right, so overall, in our $100 challenge, our trade binder challenge, these are once again the cards that we picked up. And I honestly think for, $100 out of pocket, trading away 4 total cards, I think we picked up some absolute bangers and the absolute sauce. I mean, the Charizard EX from Paldean Fates is such a beautiful card. The Latios from Holland Phantoms, love the coloring, love just the overall artwork on this one. And then obviously some of the Neo Revelation pickups were massive for the collection. And obviously we got the Snorlax to add the saucy vibes for future streams. But really cool lot that we picked up here. But let me know in the comments if you think that we won or lost this $100 challenge. All right, so that wraps up our review of the LI TCG marketplace and the purchases that we got in our $100 challenge. Overall, I think we crushed it. I think we picked up some massive cards for our collection and the absolute sauce. We got Charizards, Holos, some uncommons and commons that we needed for our Neo Revelation binder. But overall, it was a really good time, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. Shout out to all the vendors that hooked me up with these great deals. I apologize if I didn't get your socials, but really looking forward to the next meetup. Hopefully we can get a chance to meet some of the subscribers and those other that are on the Long Island area. Love the chance to talk about Pokemon, our collections, and just be able to network and have some good times. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this content and you want to see more, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But thanks again for watching, and stay saucy, my friends.